Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I hope you are well, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Let me see if I can fix that and get more centered, because get it together. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist and literacy educator. I help purpose-driven leaders move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. And today we're talking about reap more. 76 seeds for this season. And we're just going to go through again today. So I have Elegant Granny back here today with me to discuss. I'll bring her in just a moment and allow her to introduce herself. But first, we got to take care of some business. The business is share this out. Make sure you share this out or tag someone in the comments. That would be so great if you did that. Just share it and or into their inbox. Like you can even do it on their inbox, whatever gets it out. Someone who needs encouragement and inspiration, share it with them. Make sure that you also say hello in the comments, drop an emoji, say something, let me know you're here and you're with me. And if you have the book, tell me which seed has resonated with you this week. Drop the seed number or the actual quote in the comments and let me know which one resonated, even if you're on the replay. Tell me the same thing, because we all need something and we all resonate with different ones, and you never know, the one you selected may be something someone needs. So so that's what we'll do first: share, comment, and then let's bring Elegant Granny in here so she can introduce herself, and hey, we'll go from there. Elegant Granny, hello, how you doing? Oh, I can't hear you. Let me unmute you. There we go.
All right, how you doing?
I have this PTSD about sound. So
I think it was me that time because I
yeah.
was trying not to be loud while you were talking to everybody.
Well, introduce yourself to the audience today and how they can connect with you. And I'm going to share it out while you're doing that. How about that?
All right.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Back again. This is Elegant Granny, your restoration strategist and your creator and host of the Proactive Eye podcast, where we talk about intimate partner violence, known as domestic violence, child abuse, sexual assault, sexual violence, and also
Sorry.
suicide prevention as it relates to abuse. So you can find me at my link tree, and Dr. Tammy usually puts it up. My link tree is Elegant Granny, and I am an author. I authored Love Celebration. I also co-authored Diva Affirmations, and also You Can. You Can is the book that Dr. Tammy and I authored in together with 31 other people. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun working together on a project. And you can find that on my link tree. All of those books, you can find those on my link tree. You can also find my podcast, my YouTube channel. You can also find my website. My website is currently under construction at the moment because I'm about to add some things on there. I help victims and survivors of abuse as they transition from a toxic lifestyle to a wholesome lifestyle. And in addition, I also supply their supporters, namely their family and friends, with resources on how to best support them as they transition, because no one can best support you like your friends and family, especially if they are fully armed with the right resources to help you with. So that's what I do.
Awesome. There we go. So let me just start. So I always start by reading one of them to get the conversation started. And I just usually pick one at random. And today we're discussing 1 through 55. We're reading, in case you're wondering, we are reading one per day. We're reading one seed per day, and we're just reflecting and commenting, whether it's in the book or in the journal. We're reflecting. And so if you're joining us today, say hello in the comments, drop an emoji, say something in the comments. If you haven't gotten your book, I'm going to encourage you to get your book. Of course I am. I'm actually having a book signing tomorrow for the book here locally in my community. So it's going to be exciting. But I'm encouraging you to get the book if you haven't. And if you have, get it out. Join us in this conversation. Join us in talking about it and give us your thoughts and commentation on what your connections are with it. So you can get it on my website, drtammyfrancis.com. Go to the shop tab and shop away, or you can go to Amazon. And on Amazon, there is an ebook version. So if you wanted to do a download, you can do that today as well. So we are going through the first 55. We are on day 54, actually. Now, Elegant Granny keeps me straight on where we are exactly because I just go. But we are on day 55, so 54. So we are reading. Hello, thank you for joining us. So we are going to. So I'm going to read that one, starting with number 49. Number 49 will be the one we start. Let me put it up. Let me go. I got to go to all these different things. See, I got too much going on. Number 49. When the bar is too low, it's up to you to raise it. Often we settle for what is handed to us. In addition, we may even notice that the standards are low. Expectations are easy to fulfill. However, it is up to us to acknowledge that the bar is too low for us, for our vision, for our life, for what we aspire to accomplish, and raise it. Set a new standard. Be a trendsetter. Create a new normal that continues to push the bar higher and higher. Never look to meet the minimum. Be the one that raises the standard and the expectations. Step out of your box and shine. Shine bright. Shine so bright that others around you are energized by your raise. Have you raised the bar for yourself lately? When? How? Who has inspired you to strive for more, to be more? Make sure you thank them. That's not a part of the book, but make sure you thank them. Have you evaluated the expectations and the goals you have set for yourself? Do they stretch you? When the bar is too low, it's up to you to raise it. I love that one, by the way.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So,
that is a good one.
And this one keeps coming up for me lately. I just, and I think, I'm constantly doing more. That's my platform, right? I'm the queen of more. Like everything is more. But what I found is that I keep coming to this one. 'Cause I think I even read it when I did. I have a room on Clubhouse where I read and we talk about some of these, and we use these as springboards for our conversation. We usually on there about an hour, but this one kept coming up for me. But I like the and there's another quote in here, but we just hadn't gotten to it. So I didn't want to read that one today. But there's one, but I like the part of it where it says, shine bright. Shine so bright that others around you are energized by your rays. And I want you to do that. Like, y'all, this week has been really difficult for me to level up. Like, I am just so happy to be live with you today. I didn't know if it was going to happen. Elegant Granny sent me a message like, do we need to reschedule? Because Texas is doing some things, and it's still going on. But I do have Wi-Fi. I do have heat now, electricity. So we are here. The water's still a bit, and we don't have supplies in our store. So, things like milk and bread, what is that? So, we are surviving on whatever around here. However, I'm able to be here. So I found myself, really reminding myself, because there were some things that I needed to do this week and some deadlines I needed to meet. And interesting enough, I met them despite the challenges. But what I had to remind myself is that when you're trying to level up, and this goes into what we talked about last week, that when you're trying to level up, that's when challenges come. And I'm not sure if it's one of the ones from this week, but we talked about it in that way. But there is a quote that says that if I find it, we'll add it to today's list. But so I'll come back to it and remind of this conversation. But I had to just keep telling myself, like, okay, you got to be out of the box thinking. To get all this stuff done, you got to step out of the box and you got to shine despite what you're going through personally, even though it's less than 50 degrees in your home and you're shivering under like blankets. You've got to do something. And so I like this one because it reminds you that, not only, and this one talks more about other people's expectations, but sometimes the expectations we have for ourselves is really too low. And so we have to evaluate that and be honest with ourselves. And it says, have you raised the bar for yourself lately? But not only like trying to, not in this competitive mode with other people, but looking at you. And we talked about self-awareness and being self-aware and your impact. Have you raised the bar? Are you doing more? Can you do more? And go from that perspective. And I think that this one in particular, I just had to keep reminding myself, keep going, step out of the box. You can do this. This is your time to shine. You have declared 2021 is increase. In order to get that increase, you got to do some things. So I had to really think about, okay. And so then it started me to thinking. So then it created this chain reaction of what else am I just settling for? What else do I need to do to raise the bar? And so, needless to say, I got some things coming. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Good. I can't wait. I cannot wait. You know what? This reminds me of our conversation last week, number 49. When the bar is too low, it's up to you to raise it. And it still takes me back to, as you say, what are we saying about ourselves?
Yeah.
What is the price tag that we have on ourselves? Not what someone else has said about us, not what someone else has placed a value on us. What have we said about ourselves? Do we have a tag that says $10, $100, $1,000, $10,000, $1 million? What is it? Because you tend to act on what that value is. Whatever that value that you set on it, you tend to act on it, which goes into another one that I won't, talk about right now. But
go on, give you a hand.
Okay, since we are there, seed number 50. Is it 53? Yeah, 53. 53. Decisions are the catalyst for turning our dreams into reality. Things will never move in your favor until you do, is what I say. And it all goes back to that self-awareness that we keep talking about. This is something that we keep talking about every time we come on to review this book. Self-awareness is so very important because this is how you found out what your likes, your dislikes, yourself, not what other people influence you to like and dislike. Not what they tell you what you will like or not dislike, what you know for yourself, because you have spent time with you and place value on you enough to spend time with you and to get to know you, so you know what it really is that you like, what it really is that you do not like, what it really is that make you upset, what it really is that makes you happy. You need to know these things. And so when you do this, it's easier to place that value on that tag that what you're trying to attract. Because you attract a lot of things with what you are. The things that you are not, you can't attract. It's hard to attract. You attract the opposite of what you are looking for. If you are not willing to spend time with yourself and make those decisions, because your decisions starts like a domino effect. Your decision starts one thing, and once you make those other decisions that goes along with that one thing, you start knocking out the tasks. It's like you see this goal, but there are tasks that goes with it, and you start knocking those out. Well, once you start doing that, you start seeing other things that you can be doing to elevate yourself.
Yeah, but I like when it says
are a catalyst.
Yep. When we refuse to make a decision, we cut ourselves off from other possibilities. So that's
Yeah.
basically what you're saying. Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and decisions create a learning environment, whether good or bad. Decisions can push us toward the next steps on our journey toward more. And that's something I always say. I like nothing ever happens until you make a decision. Until then, you're just stuck. And part of my platform is getting people unstuck. And so it comes with a decision, whether it's a decision to, get a mentor, whether it's a decision to get a call out for support. There's a decision in some way, right? That has to happen in order for something to happen. That kind of sounds redundant, but you have to make the decision. That's why they're a catalyst for turning our dreams in reality. You have to make a decision. And there's that old quote, it's a cliche one, that every journey starts with one step or something like that. It begins with one step. That's kind of the same here. Like you have to make a decision, and that decision is that first step. Whatever it is, whether it's to goal set, to get a coach, to, go job hunting, depending on what your situation is, it starts with the decision, because otherwise nothing happens. And I am the most indecisive person, so this is probably for me. In some instances, I can be so indecisive because I'm one of those people that I need evidence. I need research. I need to know what I'm doing is the right decision. I need to know I'm making the right decision. I need to know. And so because of that, sometimes that can be very paralyzing, very paralyzing. So decisions are the catalyst to turning our dreams into reality. Hello, Tanya. She's actually in UCAN as well. And I see she's in another one there, her. So, but yeah. So anyway, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn.
Yes.
Hey, Trinette. Thanks you for joining. All right, so
Hey,
let's see.
Tanya.
I'm trying not to pick one that we've already talked about, even though some of those go so good with what we're talking about today. And if you come up with one first, that's fine too. We can go with that one. So we're talking about decisions. So since we're talking about change, I'm gonna go to number 31. Seed number 31. Hey. So seed number 31. Let me get this one off. Seed number 31 is words can change things. Choose them wisely. What you say and how you say it matters. Words can make a positive or negative impact on another person or on yourself. Positively speak. Delete words like can't and try from your vocabulary. What you speak manifests. What are you manifesting? How are you using your words to get what you want? Choose your words wisely. And I like that one because y'all know I'm a big one for affirmations, and those affirmations, and starting with I am, and whatever follows I am is what you are. And so those are the things that I had to check myself. I know I shouldn't be clapping while I'm not. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm a hand user, as y'all can see, where I talk with my hands. But I had to check myself this week. Like I was like, it's been a little discouraging around here. And so I had to really like use more affirming language and really say things that are positive and that, positive impact my situation. And, just like I was like freezing. And I rarely post. I'm horrible about posting like too like personal stuff. But this week I actually posted probably more personal stuff than I ever have, because of what was going on. And one of the things I posted was my grandmother's quilt. My great grandmother's quilt that she handmade, like no sewing machine at all, like all handmade. From the backing to all the stitching, everything, each piece is all handmade. So like it's like I keep it like in a safe. Like I just treasure. Like I don't want anything to happen to it. And this week I had to bring it out. I was freezing. I was thinking that thing, those quilts, because all the things, oh, it's so thick, that is so warm that I had to bring it out. And so I had to think about like, like even though I'm in this cold situation, it is freezing, it's less than 50 degrees in my house, having that blanket, it was just like having her arms around me. It was like having her here with me. And it was just a great reminder because, when, you kind of go on with life. And so at that moment, I was just able to pause and just be grateful for what she has left. Because, I had to really think like, this is legacy. Like typically we think of legacy as wealth. We think of legacy as what you know as far as history. But when I looked at that quilt, I was like, and I have it. Like, I have it. Like, I have that piece. It's mine. Like, you come trying to take it, you may end up anyway. No threats on live TV, but on live broadcast. But I'm just saying, like, that just reminded me, like, and so at that moment, I was like, had that not happened, it would have been where I keep it and hidden from everybody and everything and nice and safe and tucked had I not been freezing and needed like nothing. None of these newer blankets do it. Like you need an old school. And so I had to bring it out. And that just reminded me, like, in that moment, instead of being so negative and like, oh, I'm cold, oh, it sucks. I had to think like, I'm really grateful that, I have this, which reminded me that, it's like having her arms around me. It's like having her here with me. And so those words just really changed the atmosphere. And so when it says words can change things, it really changed it. Now I was still freezing, but once I put that on me, I was warmer. And as long as I didn't get up out of my bed, I was fine. But it was just, but before that, it was just like, you're concentrating on the negative. Oh, it's freezing, it's freezing, it's freezing. The temperature is going down, down, down. Nothing is happening. There's no logs for the fireplaces. Da, 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 da. Like all these things are happening. And then at that moment, I was thinking, but I have this and I have her. And it's a lot warmer than I would be otherwise. So yeah, words can change things. I'm sorry, going on and on about that. All right, so let me see what the audience is saying. Yes. Thank you. Yes, it is. And, and those things we take for granted. Like I say, I keep it tucked away. I keep it hidden. I'm not sharing it. I'm not showing it. And this week I had to pull it out. And it was a reminder of what she left me. Like she didn't have a lot of money, but she took old clothes that she grew out of and pieces of cloth and put it together and made it work. So, we never know when we will need what they have left for us. Exactly. And and sometimes what they leave for us are words. I mean, I can't tell you how many of the songs and the sayings that they left. And so some of those things this week I've been using it all.
That reminds me of when back, Southern Baptist churches and all of that stuff, and well, some of the Pentecostal churches growing up, you always heard them say how powerful words were. And there was this scripture they would always say, there's life and death. That means that the power of life and death is in your tongue. Yeah. And so that it's always important to choose your words wisely, because you can be moving towards one thing, and because something is not moving as fast as you want it to, you have this little complaint. A lot of times you'll find that slows the process or just makes it stop altogether. And what this also reminds me of is the next seed that I would like to talk about is number 54.
Oh, that's the one. Uh-oh.
Profess you are a winner. Don't look defeated. Now, you're going to have to get the book in order to see what it says.
Yes.
Get the book.
Read it, I promise. I promise.
I say that every week. Read it. Get the book. But what I would like to say is it reminds me of when I was a little girl. Sometimes, because my parents used to always tell me, girl, get your head out the clouds, because I'm a thinker. I analyze a lot. I think a lot. So you would see me, kind of staring off in space and, whatever like that. And sometimes what was going through my mind, I wasn't aware of it, but other people on the other side of my thoughts who could see me thinking they would see all these different changes going on in my face. And my mother would say to me, "Are you upset? Or are you angry?" or something like that. And I was like, "No." She said, "Well, notify your face, because your face is not matching what you say you are." If I tell her, "No, I am not upset, I am happy," "Why did you ask me that?" She said, "You need to notify your face. Your face does not look like what you say it is."
Your
So,
face didn't get the memo.
yeah, my face didn't get to, because I'm so busy with what my thought was. I wasn't aware of what my face was doing, because I was so engrossed with what I was doing. And so now I will say this, it says your first thing which you ask is, do you look defeated? If you have to think about it, look in a mirror. You have to, whatever you're professing, you need to look like it. Whatever you're professing, even if you, well, that's going to go into number 55.
No, but it's okay. We can go into 55, but I just want to say, yes, that's why I'm sitting up here. Although it is a beautiful day today, I will say that, but it's
Yeah.
freezing still, and or it's cold, for this neck of the woods. And I'm over here with these short sleeves on. I probably should be with a sweater, and so I'm willing in this 74-degree weather. Like that's my optimal temperature, like 74 degrees, sun shining. Like, so I am imagining that. I got all these lights on me that's bringing out some heat like that. So
Yeah.
yes, I'm gonna profess that we're gonna have 74 degrees.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't, and
Yeah.
hopefully I don't look like what I've been through this week. So
You
hopefully that
actually,
was
you don't. You do not. You do not. You really
oh
don't.
goodness, because just knowing that there was no water for a while and enough to do anything with besides, the necessities,
Yeah.
you could just imagine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay, so let me
Yeah.
see what Trinette said. So Trinette said, "So many words I understand now that I didn't before. There's a song they sing in the Church of God in Christ that says you'll understand it better by and by." And I
Yeah.
think that comes with age. And I don't like the phrase necessarily "fake it till you make it." That sounds so defeated because it comes from a negative
Mhm.
space. But I do like, if you claim it, it's yours. Yeah. And so part of that is, do you look defeated? So sometimes, and I love mirror exercises. Like, you got to go look in the mirror
Yes.
and see what you
Yes.
look like, and see if you look, you know, defeated, and whatever that means for you at that moment. If everybody is different, sometimes it could be literally defeated, sometimes it could be just figurative, but profess you are a winner, don't look defeated.
And
you
if
know
you don't look right, become your own life coach. Start talking to yourself.
it goes back
Profess
to
to yourself.
31.
Yeah. Is that 31?
Well,
Okay.
not really, but we just talked about 31, but it goes back to 31, how words can change stuff. So talk to yourself. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it does. Start talking to yourself. You need to talk to yourself. I love getting in the mirror whenever I can sense or feel that I'm going into a funk. Or sometimes I just want to check on myself, just like you check on your best friend, because the price tag that I have on myself, I check on myself. Hey, what are you looking like? Let's get in the mirror. Let's see. I literally do that. And if I don't look right, I become my own life coach. I talk to myself, look, hey, look, girl, what you not gonna do
Get it
today is
together.
look like this. This is not what you're gonna look like. What you're gonna do today is get back up in that office and you're gonna find something to do. You're gonna be productive. I don't care if you're not making any money today. What you're gonna do is be productive and you're gonna work on the next thing. This is what you're gonna do today. All right? All right, let's move it.
Ooh, those hard conversations. But yeah, and I always recommend mirror exercises. Like, whether you're saying something positive, you just doing those affirmations we talked about when we talked about 31, or if it's, just, picking yourself up and, getting some get up and go, like and you talk to yourself the way you talk to yourself. But to do that, it's just a matter of seeing yourself. And sometimes it's uncomfortable. I had people to tell
Mhm.
me, like, when they participate in some of my programs, and I give them some of the exercises they have to do in the mirror, they were like, "I just laughed the whole time." I say, you will initially. It takes a minute because that's the discomfort, but then you get it together. You do it long enough, it works. It works. All right. So I guess we're going to roll on to 55 since you mentioned it.
Yeah, I like that one. Don't be imprisoned by your vision. Dreams
Yes.
don't move toward us, therefore we must move towards them. I like that part. You
Yes.
have to move towards your dreams. Don't be imprisoned by it. It does not matter if you don't know how to get started. There's a lot of people with a lot of dreams and a lot of visions and a lot of goals. They don't know how to get started, so they don't do anything.
Right.
That's becoming imprisoned by it. If you don't know what to do, research, find out. I didn't know what to do when it came to owning my own business. You know what I did? I got online. I went on Twitter and I researched people who were into what I was doing, and I found them and I followed them and I basically stalked them everywhere they were. I looked at their Facebook pages, their LinkedIn pages, their wherever they were, I followed them. I followed their trail because success leaves clues is what my former business coach used to say all the time. Success leaves clues. And if I could follow your trail, that's how I found my success. And that's how I end up where I am today. You know, being a successful business owner, being a successful, well, former private school teacher. I was successful at that. But yeah, that's how I was successful at doing many different things, is other people leaving successful clues. And so by doing that, I did not become imprisoned by my vision, because I was sometimes, you know how sometimes there's something that you want to do so bad, it's like it keeps you from going to sleep. You can hardly think about eating. You just can't do anything but that thing, but you don't know how to it's always somebody who knows somebody. Yeah. Just start talking. Just say, hey, I'm interested in doing this. Look into some of the schools in your area, even if you don't go to school in that area, even if you don't have the money for that class. You know what? There's a resource school called Udemy, udemy.com. Go there. You can get all the certifications that you need. You can get, and you know what? Especially during holidays, because that's when I get in on the classes more, is during the holidays when they have those specials. They always run in clearances. Some teachers put their classes for $0. So you can look, there's a lot of free classes up there. Just put in the search what you want. It's udemy.com, udemy.com. You don't have to worry about spending thousands of dollars going to college if that's not what you want, or if that's what you don't have, that's what you don't desire. You can do something like that if you need certification, so you can show somebody, hey, I can do this. Like if you're looking for a particular job in a certain area, in a certain industry, hey, I have certification in this. I can do this. And it didn't really cost you that much. And in some instances, it may not have cost you anything except for your time. So do not allow your visions to imprison you.
Yes. And, I really like, what you're saying, because that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to do anything. They don't want to live out their vision because they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for this to happen. I'm not going to do it until. And one of the things that it says, you got to get the book to get the whole thing. But one of the sentences in here, it says, vision doesn't follow resources. Resources follow the vision, your vision. And so, if you're waiting for things to happen because you don't have enough money, you don't have enough of this, you need that, I need to establish this, I need to have my audience, I need to do this and that, and all of this to carry out your vision. If you go back to the first one we talked about, which was about decisions. And one of the first ones is that decisions are the catalyst. Once you make that decision and you are no longer imprisoned by your vision, then you can move forward. Then everything will unfold as it should be. And I think everything falls in place the way it should be. And everything happens the way it should be. And it should happen. And I truly believe that. And I know when I make a decision to do something, and then it just seems like everything just falls into place, and all the obstacles I was experiencing before I made that decision just dissipates. It just goes away.
Yeah.
Just like, what was that? And then
Mhm.
everything just starts falling into place. This comes, that comes, that comes. It's all about making that decision and living your vision. I don't know.
Yeah.
That may be a new one. Hold on. That may be a new one. Let me write that one down. That may be one for volume 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really writing that down, y'all. I'm just saying. On live broadcast. So sometimes I say things and that's how most of these quotes came up. I said it to myself first, like we were talking about in the mirror. And then it became something I shared with the world. So that happens
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So y'all probably will see that on Motivation Monday. Make a decision to live your vision. Love it.
Yeah.
That may be how they all work together. All right. So we got a few minutes. So let's do at least one more. You have any that's on your list that we should do?
That was all on mine, I think.
Okay. So let's do 42. It's one of my favorites because we're talking about making a decision, choosing your words wisely that support your decision, living out your vision, whatever that is. But the other part is when you do that, 42, if you cut corners, you'll only end up going in circles. So don't take the short way. Sometimes when we make decisions to do things, we want to take the easy way out. We want the easy way. It's easier to do it this way when we know the tried and true way, the true way you can really get all more bang for your buck is doing it the hard, more difficult way. Sometimes we still want to take the short way because it's easier, it takes less time, whatever is going on in your life, and it makes that easier. We tend to do that. And sometimes it's not the key. And how many times you've heard somebody say, "Hey, can I get a hookup?" Especially as a business owner, they want everything free. Oh, I want the hookup. That's cutting corners. If you cut corners, you only end up going in circles. Because what usually it does is add to what you need to do. It adds to, you think it's going to make it easier, but really what it does is give you more things to do. Just think about somebody who builds a house and they skip a step and they cut corners on maybe the quality of product. And then in a few months, the house is leaking or whatever. Then you have to fix that. Like it just, when you cut corners, you're going circles because then you just do more than what you would have done had you just done it. So,
Mm-hmm.
when was the last time you chose the easier route? What was the outcome? What was the lesson or lessons did you learn? Did you find yourself going in circles? Just thought I'd ask that. Learn how to say yes for yourself. Uh, you need a hookup. No. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know you've been in a line, you've been going to an event, you've been, doing something, and you're like, man, I know so and so, they work there, or you at the Target, whatever, and they work there, and you're like, oh, I can get the hookup, you know? Can I get a discount? Yes, never the easier route. Take the route that has the best return on whatever you're investing, whether it's time, money, or energy. And look at it that way. Because sometimes when you take the easier route, it's not the best route. So now sometimes, maybe, but in the way that we're talking about, never, 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 never. All right.
My grandfather that helped raise me had this saying. He used to always say it. And I didn't understand it until I was about to start college.
Mm-hmm.
He used to always say, anything that moves quick, die fast. In other
Woo!
words, yeah, anything that moves quick dies fast. In other words, a lot of temporary fix
Yeah.
leads to disasters. They lead to lead to a large disaster. So it's best, like Dr. Tammy said, take your time. What's the rush? There is no rush. Do what is best and do what is the most sustainable and do what is
Mhm.
for your greatest and your highest good, because what is for your greatest and highest good ends up for the people that you're connected with and connected to and will be connected to, it is for their greatest and highest good too, because when you are rushing into something, not only will it harm you, but look at who you're connected to. It could do something to the people that you're connected to also. So try to remember, temporary fix. They're
Mhm.
just band-aids. They don't heal. They just cover up and mask. They don't heal, which is what something that I talk to people a lot about, when as they're transitioning from a toxic relationship or an abusive relationship to a non-abusive relationship. It takes time shedding off a lot of that old stuff, because you have to deal with, as you are healing, you have to confront how you felt and you need to process everything that you went through so that you can heal appropriately. There is no quick fix for that. There is no abracadabra for that. You
Mm.
just need to do the work. And it does take work. And like she said earlier, it does not feel good. It's not comfortable at all. But to get to your sustainable end, if you want that healing to be sustainable, to where you're not met up with all of that trauma again, do the work. If you want a house
Yeah.
that's going to stay up and not have all of these holes and patchwork and these things, you need to make sure that that foundation is good. You need to make sure those beams are leveled and stabilized before you put that plaster on. You gotta there's things that you have to do. You cannot skip steps. Skipping steps will cause you to bust your lips. Remember, we were little kids and we were trying to run up the steps and we were racing, and then we think we smart. We're gonna skip a step. Yeah, you might do good for a little while, but once in a blue moon, your leg or your ankle may give out. You may miss the step. You might fall, hurt your arm, your finger, you'll bust your lip. No, take every step.
But I like that when you said sustainable, like that's it. Like what is most beneficial in the long term? When we're thinking about this and we're thinking about, living our life to the fullest, we're thinking about long term. Darnell says temporary fix will cause you to return back because it's incomplete. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. I need blessings. Books will do. I bet. But yes. So, and which reminds me of 41. And I think 41 is, part of the foundation of what I do. And so I think that's a good wrap up for today, is looking at 41, because 41 reminds us living on purpose requires purpose planning. And I think everything we talked about was today was being purposeful, and doing things purposefully. And so whether when you're making decisions, when you're choosing your words and how you look at things, and how you let me get some of the other ones about your vision, when you're looking at your vision, all those things play a big role in what we're doing. When the bar is too low and you need to raise it, all of those. So some of the ones, so those of you who are just coming in, thank you for being here, thank you for joining us today. Some of the ones we talked about today was number 49. We started out the broadcast, so if you missed it, go back. When the bar is too low, it's up to you to raise it. We moved on to, no, that was last week. Decisions are the catalyst for turning our dreams into reality. We talked about words can change things, choose them wisely. And we talked about more affirming language and affirmations, positive words. Profess you are a winner. Don't look defeated. Don't be imprisoned by your vision. And if you cut corners, you'll only end up going in circles. Yes. And then, of course, for some reason, this one tends to come up every week. A reminder to live on purpose requires purpose planning. And so you got to be purposeful. So yeah. Any final words, any final thoughts, any final ideas or concepts or things you want to share before we close this out? I'll turn it over to you. And then of course you can tell us how we can connect with you as well.
Only thing I want to say really is get the book. This
The
is the
book.
Kindle version. I got the
This is
Kindle
the
version.
paperback. Of course, this is the
Yeah, and
paperback.
I got the Kindle
Let me get
version.
my show copy. This is my Vanna copy right here. The one I show, because this one, it's all, this one is all bent. Like I use it. I'm telling you, y'all don't think so, but I do. I use my own book to help me on my journey. But yeah, so go ahead, Elegant Granny.
Yeah, that's the main thing I want to say is get the book. Get the book. Like I said, this is by Dr. Tammy Francis. Get the book.
Yes,
It's
you
called Reap.
do. You need it.
Get the book. Reap more. Get the book. You get the book. 76 seeds for this season. And trust me, these seeds are worth being planted into you. They are really worth
Thank
it.
you.
Now, once they are planted into you, it is up to us to keep that seed cultivated and watch over and water it and make sure it gets the sunshine. Speak to it, profess over it. Um, we have to watch over it and fertilize it, and that way things will grow in our lives. That's how we get these things done. So that was what I had to say on that. I am Elegant Granny, your restoration strategist, also your creator and host of the Proactive Eye podcast. I just dropped a new episode today on transitions. It's a new series I'm starting on helping survivors and victims of abuse transition from a toxic lifestyle to a healthier lifestyle. So check that out. The link is to that on the podcast is on my link tree. You can see it right there. All you have to do is click on the Proactive Eye podcast link, and it'll take you there. I'm also author of Love Celebration. There is the book, and then there's the workbook. And you can find those on my Heal with Granny website. You can also find the book that Dr. Tammy and I co-authored. That's on there. You can get that from either one of us. And the last one that I did last year was Diva Affirmations that I did with another Perry sister of ours from Perry Girls from Periscope is what I'm trying to say. That she was having an anthology going on, and so I participated in that as well. So you can find me on Linktree at Elegant Granny, and you can find me, and if you want to talk, you can email me at yourgrannyforever@gmail.com. And that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Let me get back. Um, Here I am. I'm just doing a lot. Yes. So you can, let's see, I think I have a copy to show. You Can is this particular book. So this is the one
Mhm,
that we're both in. And I think Tanya was in here earlier. And so,
mhm.
several authors have popped in here that's part of that project. So that one's there. Of course, you can get this one. Read
Make
more
sure y'all get that one.
thank you, from my website. You can go to my website for that one. It is at drtammyfrancis.com. You can also go to Amazon and get your copy. We're actually reading this one for another month or so, almost, I guess, 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to 76. We're on 54 technically today, but we are rocking and rolling, and we'll be back next week to discuss. So I guess we have maybe 3 weeks left, 2 or 3 weeks
Mhm.
left.
Yeah.
But we'll be discussing till the end of March. So that's why I say 5, because we'll be discussing till the end of March, possibly in conjunction with some other things we'll be doing. But we'll be discussing this one. So you can get it on Amazon if you want the Elegant Granny has the ebook version, so you can get the ebook version, or you can get the paperback. The paperback is available on Amazon and on my website, so either place you can get that. Tomorrow, I'm actually having a book signing for the book here in my local community. And if you want to keep up with our local events, let me scratch. If you want to keep up with our community events, whether local or virtual, you can follow us on Meetup. We do have a Meetup page, a community there that you can follow. And I started posting events there again. I did it a while back and I stopped, so I started doing that again. But you can follow us there. So if there's any virtual, I'll be having some events. And of course, if you're on Facebook, I tend to put events there as well. And I post on my social media, so you can follow us any of those places. If you want to be on our mailing list and in our community, so I can add you to what I send out, you can definitely text Catalyst to 888-413-3681. In case you're not able to see the screen, I'll mention that, but you can also do that as well. I see we have some comments, so I'm going to go back to the comments here for a second before we wrap it up. Yes, my library is going to be together. I will order. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, Marsha, all the way from the UK is joining us. Thank you so much for popping in. I appreciate you being here. Definitely go back and watch the replay. We've been just talking about maybe six or seven of the seeds from REAPMORE, 76 seeds from this season. And this is a book of quotes and commentary, and it has space to write. And we just come on every week and we discuss it. So if you are in our community, definitely reach out to me if you want to join me live, us live. I think Elegant Granny's going to be back with me next week. She may be tired of hanging out with me every Friday. So
No,
we're
I'm not
back here
tired.
on Friday and typically around this time, but it depends on our schedule. But whoever comes live, I usually get you in the conversation and we just determine the time that's best for all of us. So you can join us live if you think you're available. So we'd love to hear your thoughts and what you think and how it resonates with you and how it has helped you on your journey. That's basically what we talk about, y'all. We just talk about whatever comes to us. And as you can see by my conversation today, is about what happened to me recently. So it doesn't have to be anything that you have to prepare for, but just show your face on camera. Come live. And yes, Marsha has hers. Yay! Yay. So yeah, so it'd be nice. We'll be back, I guess 2 more weeks, really. We got how many more? We got about 20 more. So so probably about 3 weeks, because I guess that's really not quite. The last week it won't be quite 7. But we'll be, because it's 20, not 21. But so we have the next 3 weeks we will be discussing. So if you want to come live with us, come live and discuss with us. So Elegant Granny, anything else before I really close this out for real? Because me and these announcements are going on.
No,
And
just get the book, y'all. Get the book. Get the book. Get that book right there. She's holding up. Get
yes, until next time, next Friday, join us. Check my social media so you'll know the exact time we'll be live. And of course, whatever time I put, like today was 3, it's 3 p.m. ish. Because sometimes we have technical difficulties. Sometimes your girl is just trying to eat, whatever it is. So, but whatever the time that is, we'll be in that hour. So come join us that hour right here on these whatever social media platform you're watching this. You can join us here. All right. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. If you have not gotten your copy, I encourage you to do so. Go to my website, drtammyfrancis.com, and grab your copy. You can order it today. It will ship the next business day that it's open. I usually go to the post office a couple of times a week. So I usually ship on Mondays and Fridays. So you can get it as soon as you order it. Hello? But I do have the allow 7 to 14 business days only because the post office is slower during this pandemic. But you can also go to Amazon. You can get your paperback copy or your ebook copy from Amazon. So you can do that as well. So either place works for me. I don't care. Just get your book and come join us. Come join us and share this broadcast out. If you made it this far and you found something to encourage you and inspire you for your journey, share it out. Tag someone in the comments. I'd appreciate that. So, well, it just depends. Just know I'm not doing it too early, so don't worry. Even if you're 2 hours behind, it's okay. It won't be like 3 a.m. because I'm not doing anything probably before noon. So just so you know. But we are reading the first 76 days of this year, 2021. Reap more, 76 seeds for this season. We are reading one seed a day. A seed typically has the quote, the commentary, and space for you to write and reflect. We're encouraging you to take 10 minutes a day, read with us, read it, and reflect and level up on your journey. And join us on Fridays to discuss. We usually come on Fridays. The time is posted on my social media, usually 24 hours before we go live. And so you can always check my social media for the exact time. If not, if you're on the replay and you only can join me on the replay, join me on the replay. It's there too. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for being here. We look forward to seeing you next week, either in the comments or on the screen. Come on the screen with me, please. Come on the screen. So, anyway, y'all take care. Enjoy your week, and I will see you soon. Bye.